go ahead and start our meeting with the invocation and pledge of allegiance. Jess?
I'm gonna be doing the invocation tonight. Okay, I'm gonna read from Ephesians 6:10. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand firm. Stand therefore, having fastened on the belt of truth, and having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and as shoes for your feet, having put on the readiness given by the gospel of peace. In all circumstances, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming darts of the evil one, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying at all times in the Spirit, with all prayer and supplication. To that end, keep alert with all perseverance, making supplication for all the saints. And Father, I just ask that you help us to have a productive and professional, respectful meeting, so we can continue to serve you and honor you in our works. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jess. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, go ahead and do our call to order. Can I have a roll call, please, Madam Fitch? Sure. Stancil? Here? Hobbs?
Here.
Here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and review the agenda. First of all, any conflicts of interest or changes to the agenda?
Yes.
Okay. what do you got?
So I think that the canvas should be moved up to one of the first items.
Where would you like to put that?
Can we put it, would it be right before the public hearings,
I'm good with that.
Diane?
Well, we've always done it at the end, but I don't care.
Well, I don't see any need for it. People might be here just for the canvas, so if we do it, move it up, then they can participate with that, and
I
then they
don't
don't
care.
have to stay.
Next month.
Yes. I'm
Okay.
good with that. So, I'll enter, so any other changes to the agenda?
So we're gonna move the city of the canvas
school
to
canvas.
under, chips.
Right after the consent agenda, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Right before public hearing.
I'm not sure she'll be here. I mean, she's on her way over, so if she's
Hey,
here.
that's not gonna work, I'm still printing up the document.
Oh, okay, so how about we do it after the public hearing? The public hearings.
That's fine.
Okay.
So
Are you
right
guys
after
good with
chips.
that?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're gonna move it right after,
Right after the public
all right,
hearings?
sounds fine.
I know there were some discussions to try to abbreviate this meeting given the holiday, and apparently we have employees here on overtime, so I'm just wondering if there's anything else, for example, the public health building sale. To me, we could potentially have a work session on that.
We can table that and push that.
I know I proposed several times in emails, this week. I don't know if you both have had a chance to look at that, if there's another time we could set for that.
Discuss public health sale, yeah.
How about
Let's
do
do the
that
next
and the relocation of the VA offices, cause that's related.
Uh-huh.
We'll do that so we'll table the old business to a different date. What do you guys' 13th and 14th look like?
So I can make any time work on either one of those days.
Diane, what looks good for you?
I don't.
She's gonna have her calendar.
Thursday would work, the 13th.
Well, just
Why do you
know
have to have a
that,
special meeting? Just push them to the
well,
next.
so we have the administrative audit at 9 o'clock. I haven't checked Mac's schedule of her hours that she's available to work, so.
Move it to the next regular meeting.
I don't wanna wait.
Or
that
you could
long.
do the 18th, because that's a normal, you guys have that
We have that
9:30.
standing 9:30.
Yep, that's, I think,
Um,
wise.
What do you guys think, what do you think about that? Do you wanna wait on that, or do you wanna kinda? I'm ambivalent, I don't care.
The 18th is fine at 9:30.
What do you think? Do you wanna be?
Cause that just helps us with the auditor's schedule and the staff. I mean, just to be respectful of planning our
I know I have a
schedules.
tentative safety committee meeting that morning, I'm still waiting to hear back from the rest of the committee on that one.
What time is that?
But that would be in the morning, so potentially could we do in the afternoon, like at 1:30 or 2?
Could you do it at 8?
How long do you think we would need? A couple, 2-3 hours? I need to be in.
Do we wanna unfold that in a budget meeting too?
That's what I'm wondering.
You may wanna wait
No,
until
you
I
better
get
wait
my
till
budget
she's
schedule
ready.
presented tonight, before you talk about
Okay,
that.
well, cause I know there's other stuff we wanna, talk about, including the proposed amendment. We can get to that when we get to that, the schedule.
How about
on the
noon?
agenda.
How about noon the 18th, Jess?
That doesn't work for me.
What works for you? Only one?
1 or 1:30?
I'm open on the 18th all day, so whatever works for you
All
guys.
right, 1 o'clock.
Move it to
1
o'clock.
PM, and that's gonna be a work session, or,
Work session.
cause you don't, okay, and you're gonna,
We're gonna do the public health building sale discussion, relocation of VA offices discussion, and probably budget. Is
She
that,
just said no.
1:30. I
well,
said one-
do you guys still want me to go over my schedule? I've got it ready for you
We
guys.
can do that.
oh yeah, we can do that.
I mean, that's what part of my presentation is,
So why don't, for now, let's move those two, and
Okay.
then we can add budget based on what we talk about when we
That
get to
sounds
that
good to
agenda
me.
item.
1
Are you
o'clock
1
on
o'clock?
the 18th.
And Matt, you're
1:30.
clear on what the topic is going to be. Thanks.
Okay.
Work session, November 18th at
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
1:30.
1:30?
Please.
1:30?
Okay, 1:30 it is. Okay. Anything else that we want to, the one thing, and we can move this, but, the Winterset dispatch agreement, I'd like to talk about that briefly, but I checked and, we actually renewed that for 2 years earlier this year. So it's not up for renewal until
Okay.
fiscal 28, but I don't think we renewed the Earlham one, the Earlham side, so we still need to talk about that. I'll have to get with the sheriff.
I was gonna ask
About
for
more
more
information
time
on
on
that.
that, cause I haven't gotten responses to my inquiries about that either, so.
Do we wanna
maybe
move that to
Yeah.
the 18th as well?
Yeah, let's do that.
Dispatch, so then we can get an idea of everybody, cause I don't,
Yeah.
I recall renewing the Winterset one. I just wanna look at the details on that, but I don't think we did the Earlham one, so I'll have to lean on the sheriff on that one to help with
Okay.
that. And I don't think,
He's here.
is he here? Okay, maybe he'll pop up. Okay, so I'm okay with moving all that. So we have 3 things that we're moving to the 18th. To shorten this
That's
meeting,
correct.
does that sound good?
Yep, and then.
Possibly budget based on our discussion today.
Yep.
Okay, so, all right, so we have, the amended agenda. And just to confirm, any conflict of interest on anything
No.
on our current agenda? No? All right, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the amended consent agenda.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, any discussion?
The claims, does that include, I didn't find it, does that include this inspection for the courthouse?
It does not.
It does not.
Like second.
All right, all in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to, the public hearing. Ryan, the first one is on Willow Haven
Well, you
Subdivision.
have board appointments.
Oh, wait a second, I'm sorry. That was part of the consent agenda.
Okay,
That was part of the consent
yeah,
agenda. We have
she's
to
right.
move into public.
She's right.
hearing. Yeah, you're right, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
We are right.
We are right.
We are right.
We discussed this already.
Yep, we
Okay,
did.
so, okay, we'll go ahead, public hearing, I'll entertain a motion to move into public hearing, first one for Willow Haven Subdivision.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, we are moving into public hearing for Willow Haven Subdivision at 6:09 PM. Ryan, you are up.
Okay, it's a minor subdivision plat, 1 lot, being taken out of a 13.6 acre parcel currently. This is applicant property owner is Shannon and Lana Jackson. And the requested action is Board of Supervisors approval. Location is section 5 of Walnut Township. Property is currently zoned agricultural and the future land use plan shows primary agriculture. Currently, the 13.6 acre parcel is known as 2871 Nature Lane. It is the understanding of the zoning administrator and staff that lot 1 will be transferred to the son of Shannon and Lana Jackson for him to construct a new residence on, or his personal residence. There are currently no structures located on proposed lot 1 of Willow Haven Plat 1. By a brief search of the documents recorded within the recorder's office, Shannon and Lana Jackson purchased parcel E, which was 12.634 acres from the estate of Lloyd W. Sherm for $135,000 by court officer deed on December 10th, 2010. Shannon and Lana Jackson recently purchased parcel K, which was 0.97 acres from Michael and Shannon Mayhew for $1,000, which was combined to the existing parcel E, making the total acreage of the parcel under review 13.6. It was the desire of Shannon and Lana Jackson to have 10 total acres after the division for their son was completed. No portion of this tract lies within the 100-year flood zone defined by FEMA. Staff determined the CSR2 of this tract to be 56.58. The subdivision is not within 2 miles of any incorporated city, therefore no extraterritorial review was completed nor required. Lot 1 of the proposed subdivision has a new driveway location that has been reviewed and approved by the engineer's office, which is located also on Nature Lane. Permit number for that is 25044. Staff recommends approval of Willow Haven Subdivision, Plat 1 subdivision. Reasons for staff approval: the Madison County Comprehensive Plan depicts the future land use of this proposed subdivision as primary agriculture. Listed within the compatible uses for the primary agricultural land use district is single acreage developments. While single acreage developments are not specified or specifically defined within the newly adopted comprehensive plan, I would venture to guess that what is being proposed here would be allowable under the current comp plan and current zoning ordinances. Staff has given consideration to Madison County zoning ordinances, subdivision regulations, and comprehensive plan, and determined that what is being proposed aligns with the goals and objectives thereof.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
Questions for me?
Appreciate your thoroughness on this report.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
And you do have, the one that is folded is the plat. You've got one here, if you'd like to see that.
And you sent it to us.
Yes, it was published.
All right, thank you, Ryan. Now's the time for the public hearing on this subdivision. If you wish to comment on this subdivision, go ahead and go to the podium and state your name and where you're from, and you have 10 minutes to speak.
I just step around here, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful.
Sorry. Hi there. My name is Connor Jackson. I'm actually the person that's looking to procure Willow Haven. I just wanted to say that it's been about 2 years for this process, so I'm really eager and hoping something happens with this today. You know, I've saved money by living with my parents. I'm still paying rent, but as somebody who's nearly 40 years old, you know, obviously I want my own home. I want my dignity. I want my independence. And so this is a long time coming, going through all the hoops and everything. So I just wanted to say thank you for getting this done, and hopefully in the future this goes more smoothly. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to speak? Okay, we'll go to the phone. If there's somebody that wishes to speak regarding this subdivision, please hit *6 to unmute your phone and state your name and where you're from, and you have 10 minutes. Hearing none, we'll go ahead and I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second?
All right, any discussion? All in favor of closing the hearing for Willow Haven Subdivision, vote aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to enter into the public hearing for Chris and Nelson Endres Subdivision.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. We are entering into the public hearing for the Chris and Nelson Endres Subdivision at 6:15 PM.
Okay. That plat is the two-page one that's stapled together, that you've got copies of. This is also a minor subdivision. 2 lots here, a total of 29.73 acres. Applicant property owners Charles and Kimberly Tibbin. Requested action is Board of Supervisors approval. This is located in section 4 of South Township. The property is zoned agricultural in future land use plan, and the comprehensive plan shows primary agriculture. So this one is the understanding of the zoning administrator that both lots will be transferred from Charles and Kimberly Tibbin to Chris and Nelson Endres. I believe that Nelson Endres will then construct a new dwelling on lot 1, while outlot X will remain as unimproved agricultural ground. Outlot X is labeled as such, as it is not to be considered a residential building lot until or unless additional platting is completed and approved by the Board of Supervisors. The sole reason for the subdivision is to accommodate the lending institution selected by Nelson Endres, as they do not desire, the mortgage company doesn't desire to place a mortgage on a 29.7 acre piece of ground. This property, there's no structures currently on the proposed subdivision. By a brief search of the documents recorded within the recorder's office, Charles and Kimberly Tibbin purchased approximately 70 acres from James and Gloria Tracy in sections 4 and 9 of South Township for $295,000 on April 4th, 2011. No portion of this tract lies within the 100-year flood zone defined by FEMA. Staff has determined the CSR2 of this tract to be 87.08. The subdivision plat request is located within 2 miles of the city of Patterson and therefore subject to extraterritorial review. It's the understanding of the zoning administrator that this is to be considered by the city council of Patterson on the 18th of November. I think it was determined very late in the game that actually was 2 miles, within 2 miles of the city of Patterson, so I brought that to the attention of the attorney that's representing, and they've been in contact, so that should be coming. Lot 1 of the proposed subdivision has a new driveway location that has been reviewed and approved by the engineer's office, which is located on 230th Street, permit number 25-056. Outlot X of the proposed subdivision has an existing driveway that is approved as an agricultural access only. As noted by the engineer on the access permit, this entrance may remain in use as is until the use of Outlot X changes. If and when the use changes, the existing entrance must be removed and replaced in accordance with entrance permit number 25-057 and work order 18-847. Staff recommends approval of the Chris and Nelson Endres subdivision pending the reception of the resolution from the city of Patterson approving the said plat. Reason for staff's approval, Madison County Comprehensive Plan again shows this as primary agriculture. The land use district provides for all agricultural practices. In this agricultural first land use district, agricultural activities should be given primary consideration when conditions prove favorable. Listed within the compatible use for the primary agricultural is again single acreage developments. And again, I state that it's not defined specifically what a single acreage development is. I believe that it would fall under our comp plan and ordinance. Also, as it stands, the existing parcel, if they were not to split it, could obtain a building permit to construct a new home. However, as earlier in my report, the state of the lending institution does not desire to have a mortgage on the entire tract. So staff finds that allowing one residential dwelling on the current tract by way of placing an outlot on the 26.73 acres will appease the property owner's desire to build his home, the lender's desire to mortgage only 3 acres, and the county's desire of maintaining an agricultural first objective in the primary agricultural future land use district. Staff has given consideration to the Madison County Comprehensive Plan, the zoning ordinances and subdivision regulations, and it is my belief that what is being proposed aligns with the goals and objectives thereof.
So as of now, the, ag ground will stay ag ground as of now.
Yes.
And then is our approval contingent on anything Madison? If we approve it, Patterson will,
Yeah, if Patterson doesn't approve it for some odd reason, it's like 1.9 miles from Patterson.
so it's
there-
within their jurisdiction?
It is, but I don't see any reason
They wouldn't.
they wouldn't.
Right.
We
They
can
don't
always
wanna,
approve a contingent on.
Well, I don't think we have to, do we?
what?
Contingent on, we don't have to approve it contingent on their approval. If we approve it, they most likely will, cause
But it's a requirement of the subdivision regulations for us to have that document before we,
I understand that. So our approval, does it need to be contingent on their approval?
I don't believe, I don't.
So, but, and I know you said this in an earlier email, you said that we could approve it contingent on that, and that would meet the requirements of us having that document first
Yeah.
before the approval is.
Basically, what would happen is I'm gonna hold the subdivision and not record it
Uh-huh.
until I receive
Okay,
Yeah,
the
so we-
approval by the city of Patterson. Once I've received that, I've already got your approval, it's not gonna prolong the process anymore. I can take it, and record it.
okay, all right, thank you.
And the other one, as I said, I mean, if you were uncomfortable with that, you could table it until the next one. I should have it by the city of Patterson, but that's up to you guys' discretion.
Okay.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Again, I appreciate the thorough report. All right, now is time for, the public to give their opinion and thoughts on this, subdivision during the public hearing. Please come to the podium and state your name and where you're from, and you have 10 minutes to speak. We'll go ahead and take folks in the room first, and then we'll move to the phone. Anybody? All right, is there anyone on the phone that wishes to speak regarding this subdivision? If so, please hit *6 to unmute yourself, state your name and where you're from, and you have 10 minutes to speak. All right. Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to close the public hearing
So,
for this subdivision.
so moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion carries. We've closed the public hearing at 6:24 p.m. All right, now we're moving on to department head reports and discussion. Mike, you are.
I thought you wanted to do the canvas.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And
Thank you
she's
for
here.
reminding me. Thank you. Mikayla?
Kayla, you can put your stuff here if you wish.
Oh, I got stuff for all of you guys.
Okay. We'll usually set up here if that helps you. Yeah, you can have the whole table.
What was that?
You can have this.
Do you need any help?
Yeah, you got it up there.
What am I doing with this? Just
What?
nothing
Oh,
else.
for this
What do you want me to do?
That's the reason we do this at the end, is because you guys have to sign all of
Yeah.
this part of this.
Yeah, I know,
so-
but we can sign it
So are we
So she
signing
can
what?
You have to sign it, it's a lot,
Oh, it's a
it's
lot.
not just.
So you're gonna delay the meeting as far as that goes, just so you know. We're-
Well, then let's move it. Can't we just move it then, back to the end? I didn't realize we had to sign all this right now, this minute.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's what the canvas
It has
is.
to be signed.
So-
Can we sign can we sign it at the end when we sign everything else?
Yes, that's what we
Okay.
normally do.
Okay, but she can still do her presentation now, correct?
She has to receive it from you.
Oh, okay, okay.
I mean, I understand this is not the ideal situation, but
All right,
do you wanna move it back to the end?
up to you guys, what do you want?
I don't care. Just-
We'll sign quick.
And what is it we're signing? These were
She's
the
gonna
drafts?
present, she's gonna present to you.
We have special circumstances, because we're always special here. So, we had one provisional, it was cured, we had one absentee ballot that got rejected because they didn't sign their affidavit, we tried to contact them, they did not respond. You guys will have two sets of election summaries, one is an amended version. So we have to do an administrative recount on the Walnut, Ohio precinct because the tally lists were incorrect. We had apparently 20 votes for the office of mayor that were write-ins, and we had 11 ballots cast for mayor. So we aren't able to determine the results. We're gonna be auditing all ballots cast in the Walnut, Ohio precinct, which means that we can't certify any of the ballots cast in the Walnut, Ohio precinct.
And that
even-
affects,
It affects the East Peoria Mayor, East Peoria City Council, Truro Mayor, Truro City Council, Winterset, Community School District at large, Winterset Community School District fill vacancy, East Union Community School District, District Director 5, I-35 Community School District, Director District 3 and 4, as well as their public measure, Southwestern Community College Director District 1, and DMAC Director District 4. So all those ballots cast within that precinct will basically have to be recertified. I did make a canvas summary for how the results currently are, and then I have an amended version of it that you look through it. It basically says for all those spots that were all the ballots that were cast in the Walnut, Ohio precinct, they have moved from the candidate to a pending position. So that is my recommendation as far as what to certify, because I don't think that, the current results that we have should be certified.
So that would happen after the administrative audit?
so that will happen, yes, which is what is also on the agenda to talk about. We are planning on doing our administrative audit the morning, Thursday morning. We are under a deadline, and then we will have to reconvene on Thursday evening to certify the election,
Do we
and that
need to do
involves
this?
you guys.
So what I am recommending gets certified today is the amended version of the canvas summary that I gave to you guys. So that has everything in it, but the ballots that were cast in Walnut, Ohio were removed.
Okay.
So we can still certify the other stuff. We would have to send out those certifications to the other school districts, counties, et cetera, that have like merged jurisdictions within our areas. So if we do the audit on Thursday, it's recommended that we do a recanvass on Thursday night or Friday morning so that we can get those actually certified and sent off.
And you
Okay, so
guys will
we-
have to decide when
we
you're
have to-
available.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Correct.
So we're gonna set aside this packet marked original for now, and use the one that's marked amended is what we need to sign?
Yes.
Okay.
And then there's also certificates of election.
Okay.
And I have copies here that you guys are gonna sign.
Okay. There's one on the front of this, do we need to sign this one?
This one, we're gonna sign this one, and then we need 2 copies of.
So you're going to hand them to us, correctly?
Yeah.
You're gonna sign every page in
I
there.
know, we sign our life away on these things.
So every page in here or every page she hands us? I've never done it.
Every page that I hand you, that's just for you guys to view.
Right, so every
Oh,
page you
okay,
hand us.
got it, thank you.
Okay, and you're gonna read them all and say the tallies and then you hand them to us and we sign them. All right.
Sorry, I'm tired.
So if somebody is stating the number of write-in ballots there were for certain individuals, that information isn't available yet, is that correct?
For For the write-ins? No. It's on here.
It's on
It's on all the abstracts for everything that does get past the point where it gets reported.
Okay, but it's not reported in public yet.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to go and individually add up every single one of them by race and put them into a spreadsheet after the PEOs dump the ballots out onto the ground at 10 o'clock at night and then enter them. And then we have to enter them into the reporting sites. So it takes a little bit.
Okay. All right.
This is ADM, School Board Director at Large. Melissa Dolman received 5 votes. Becky Schrock received 5 votes. There were no scattering. This is the City of Bennington City Council at
Is it possible
Large.
for us to have you speak at the microphone so people can hear you on the
I'm
phone?
gonna speak here because it's easier because I'm passing the papers.
Okay.
Excuse me, we have a man here who's very hard of hearing, so it would be better if you did use the microphone.
Can I move the microphone to her?
That would be great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tiff.
Here's a summary.
She's got pissed because I asked.
Please don't swear in the meeting.
City of Bennington, Jeff Bussimus got 9 votes, Rick Keeler got 7 votes, Deanna Bussimus got 5 votes, William Ortega got 4 votes, Jasmine Eslick Larson got 5 votes, and there were 4 scattered.
So who is the winner?
All of them. This goes back. For Bennington Mayor, Maxine Bussimus got 9 votes, there were no scattering. City of Earlham, City Council at Large, David Miller got 218 votes, Deanna Mudge got 234 votes, Tim Nelson got 215, and scattering got 17 votes. For City of Earlham Mayor, Jeffrey Lilly got 274 votes, and there were 10 scattered votes. This is for City of East Piru, City Council at Large. Currently what we have is, let's see, Chance Goodrich got 9 votes, Danielle McDonald got 8 votes, Todd Porter got 12 votes, Sherry Porter got 10 votes, and then Josh Rogers, Daniel Renard, and Gregory Goodrich all got 2 votes each, but this will not be certified. And then for City of East Piru Mayor, Josh Rogers got 9 votes, and then Rick Kimmel got 9 votes. We had 11 votes cast total, and there were also 2 additional write-ins reported, so we are not certifying this either. For the City of Maxburg City Council, Rick Brewitt got 11 votes, Logan Laney got 17 votes, Ron Dean got 13 votes, and there were 12 scattering. The City of Maxburg Mayor, Kevin Jackson, received 13 votes, and scattering had 4 votes. In the City of Patterson for City Council, John Walker got 15 votes, Harold Fox got 31 votes, Beverly Jenks got 30 votes, Nicole Warwick got 18 votes, and there was no scattering. For the City Patterson Mayor, Raleigh E. Robbins III received 38 votes, and Linda Hallsby received 10 votes as a write-in, and there were no more scattering. For the City of St. Charles, City Council at Large, Thomas Blumley received 104 votes, Mitch Hudson's received 75 votes, Lucy Russell received 82 votes, and Carolyn Johnson received 22 votes, and there were 2 scattering. For the City of St. Charles, City Council seat to fill a vacancy, Rusty Giles received 137 votes, and scattering was 7. For the City of St. Charles Mayor, Ryan Fitch received 143 votes, and there were 6 scattering. For the City Truro, City Council, Lindsay Canoy received 65 votes, Tegan Wood received 44 votes, Matthew Masters received 71, and there was 6 scattering. This one will not be certified. The City of Truro Mayor, Brian Arzani received 84 votes, and then there were 12 scattering. This one will also not be certified. For the City of Winterset City Council, at large, Jason Berry received 219 votes, Michael Cook received 287, and there were 11 scattering. For the City of Winterset South Ward Council seat, Mike Fletcher received 188 votes, and there were 17 scattering. For the City of Winterset Mayor, Thomas J. Leonard received 458 votes, and there were 39 scattering. The Des Moines Area Community College District Director 3, Trish Roberts received 318 votes, and there were 3 scattering. Des Moines Area Community College District Director 4, Wade Robinson received, this is one of our weird ones. So on our unofficial results, we have 476 votes for Wade Robertson, 409 votes for Kevin Halterman, and then 11 scattering. But we had to pull out 119 votes for Wade, and 74 votes for Kevin, and then 3 write-in votes, so those will be put back in after the audit.
Why did you pull them out?
Because those were passed in the Walnut, Ohio precinct.
So is this, we're able to certify this one still?
You're certifying the votes that were passed, those votes are pulled out. I'll have you guys sign these at the end too, but I just wanted to keep it separate.
Okay.
The Earlham School Director at Large, Brandon Groff received 87 votes, Casey Henke received 293 votes, Nick Gomez received 128 votes, and Gregory Obsess received 281 votes, and there were 2 scattering. For East Union School Director District 5, Jamie Buffington received 3 votes, there were 0 scattering, and we will be certifying an additional vote for Jamie after the audit for a total of 4. The Interstate 35 public measure UZ, we have 215 votes for yes, 135 votes for no, and then an additional 107 votes for yes and 127 votes for no that will be certified after the audit.
So the bond failed.
That's just for what was passed in our county.
Oh, okay.
For Interstate 35 School Director District 3, we have 171 votes for Monica Strange, 130 votes for Matthew D. Edwards, 3 scattering, and then we have an additional 107 votes for Monica and 110 votes for Matthew, and then another 3 scattering writings that will be certified after the audit. Interstate 35 School Director District 4, we have Thomas Bryant with 237 votes and 4 scattering, and then after the audit, we will certify an additional 176 votes for Thomas Bryant and an additional 8 scattering. The Nottoway Valley School Director at Large, we did not receive any votes. We have 1 voter in that district in the entire county, and they just didn't come. The same thing for Nottoway Valley School Director District 1.
So Nottoway Valley, is that in the I-35 district then?
It's over by Greenfield. We have like this tiny little piece that comes over in the western part of our county. The Orient Maxburg School Director at Large, we have Bo Geigel, sorry, I'm gonna butcher these names, with 24 votes, and then Alex Mayer with 22 votes, and no scattering. Southwestern Community College Director, District 1, we have 29 votes for Jane Ernst, no scattering, and then we will certify an additional 1 vote for Jane Ernst after the audit. Van Meter School Director at Large, Sarah Moore had 22 votes, John Gillian had 25 votes, Katie Fisher had 18 votes, and there was no scattering. The Winterset School Director at Large, Jared McDonald has 606 votes, Jeremy Freeze has 579 votes, there were 37 scattering, and then we will be certifying an additional 11 votes for Jared and 8 votes for Jeremy after the audit. And then the Winterset School Director positions to fill vacancy, we have Tim Mose received 638 votes, Ross Rethmeyer received 558 votes, there were 18 for scattering, and then we're gonna be certifying another 9 for Tim and 8 for Ross after the audit.
already signed. We're gonna,
These will all also need to be signed. We need a second set signed, so you guys will have to go through and sign these two.
Okay.
you probably not want me to break these up, do you?
You can if you want, or you can keep them together.
Is there another packet we can start on?
I can break this, be careful.
Yeah.
Here, I'll read this one. Here's another one.
Thank you, Chick.
This is what you always want to pass.
I see it's less legible as time goes on.
All of these.
Here's the paper for that. This all goes- Yep. Orientation's different. Oops. So we're gonna take longer than you will, right?
Wait, here's the back page.
almost done.
She's actually speaking to, the SRS right now, so she's.
Okay, good.
I didn't want to pick something out of her.
Yeah. Understood. That has a back page, sorry.
So if, your next person up wants, she'll be back in just a minute, she's talking to SMS, so.
Oh,
I wanna
okay.
go on with the meeting and
Okay.
until,
She can
I think
discuss
she's
it.
just grabbing it and going, so
Okay.
we'll see.
Perfect. Mike?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Perfect. Oh, good evening, everyone. My name's Mike Hackett. I'm the Madison County Secondary Roads Engineer, and I will make it very quick today. There are 4 resolutions I have for the board today. Resolutions A and B pertain to one internal move shift with some hiring, and then we were able to fill a vacancy for a bridge laborer. I addressed staffing concerns at the last meeting. It's still the same concerns. We still have 2 openings. Resolution C is a work agreement to dispose of some trees that are dead and need to be come down because they're a safety issue. The adjacent landowner, actually the landowner that the trees are on, where the road easement is, he's going to take those, and we are going to put them on his property instead of having to haul it away. So that's a work order. And then last one I have is Resolution B. That's I've been here before with this. These are the bridge load limits that are set in the county. Real quickly, we inspect all our bridges. Some are on a 48, 24, 12, 6, 3, and weekly kind of looking at schedule. So what these do is we're gonna set resolutions to post bridges. We have there on this resolution, there's a complete list of all the bridges. I do it every time. There's only 3 that have changed. And we'll go on from there. Can I get the next slide? I kinda wanna bring your attention, so that's what we're putting out there. Please pay attention to those things. A lot of people say, well, what are these? Don't quite understand it. I'll make this really quick. The top silhouette there that says 8 tons or 8T, that's any straight truck. Doesn't matter how many axles there are underneath it. So, doesn't matter. The next one would be a tractor trailer semi with 1 trailer. Again, doesn't matter how many axles are under it. And then the next one down below is what we call doubles. And so that's what you have to look at when you go to cross these bridges. Next slide, please.
So are you lowering the limits on?
We are lowering 3 limits on this resolution. Yeah. You can find these. They're all on our Madison County Road Notification System. If you click on the little blue icon, you'll get that where the bridge is, and it'll tell you where it is. And like, for example, this one here is 21 tons, 34 tons, and 35 tons. Next slide. Okay, real quickly, this is where we're at with our bridges. Don't be alarmed, most of Iowa is in this situation. So we have 31 good, 95 fair, and 82 poor. Down below where it says weight restrictions, 103 are unrestricted, 100 are restricted, where you see these postings, and 5 are closed. Now these are all bridges over 20 feet that we're talking about. We do have what we call local bridges that are less than 20 feet, which they consider a culvert, but actually it's a bridge. That'll be another topic that I'll take longer to talk about instead of time.
Are all of these up here, the ones that are still open, ones, the condition high?
Yes, yes.
So as the bridge gets in poorer condition, then that's when you lower the limits?
Yeah, so, some of these bridges are quite old. We go out and make an inspection on the elements. Overstressing, overloading, age, a lot of factors have to do with it. A lot of it's overloading. A lot of the bridges that we're driving on aren't designed to take the load.
Traffic count problem.
Going on cyclonic loading. Take a look at it, and in order to make it safe and let the bridge last a little longer, we rate that. Next slide, please. Well, believe it or not, I don't have bad hair days, I have bad bridge days. So, this is why you have to pay attention to those signs. This is in a neighboring county that happened. The guy had been crossing it, got away with it, and one day it didn't work. So, sometimes you get away with it, and agricultural equipment is not exempt on bridges. So, I told you I'd make it quick, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, Michele, you are up.
This is the one they'll sign at the end.
Reports.
Good evening, Michele Brant, Madison County Auditor. I have an accounting update attached and included with the receiving file is the published annual financial report. The deadline for this cash basis account is December 1st, and it was published today. All you need to do is sign the front page of it. I'll talk a little bit more about the relevance. It's 10 pages, and she'll give you the one to sign. That's for your reference. Another part of my accounting update, as I made a commitment to be very honest and transparent, I do have concerns about meeting some other deadlines coming up and other financial tasks. They include, but are not limited to, accrual. I've gotta do another report for that on the DOM website. The budget amendment coming up, which I think we're gonna talk about. Resuming monthly expense summaries by department. Next thing on my list is completing the assessor year end process. He is finished, but now I need to bring their updates into the auditor's side. Bringing the treasurer's revenue numbers over to the auditor's side. This is critical so that we can balance with secondary roads. So those are my top concerns right now with time management and the staff that we have. That is not a dink on my staff. I sent an email to the board requesting additional information for the invoice from the building consultant company. As I recall, this was a bid that was based on hourly, and so I just need that additional information from them.
There was a separate column that had the hours, did you not see that?
I did not see that,
Yeah,
so.
it's a very tiny column.
A very tiny column, and it's broke out between the time spent on site
As a
and the
site.
amount.
Yes,
Thank you, I will relook at that.
Yeah. And if it's something different, just let us know.
What was the amount?
I think it was $10,000. Okay, so anyway, and by the way, I do also wanna clarify, that is not why it's not on the claims run, it was just received
missed the
after the
cutoff.
deadline, so I wanna make sure that you know I'm not playing those games. Election update, as you know, we did have a misstep, that Mikayla will visit about, she did a little bit already. But the setup and the delivery of election day equipment went well, all poll workers were present and accounted for. Early morning printer, there were printer router issues, and that happens every election. Sometimes it's user error, and sometimes it could be a password was missing a space, or we had to go out and reselect a print driver. So it was, both Mikayla and I did that during the day. There was a very concerning issue with the tabulator malfunctions at Van Meter and in Earlham. In both cases, the rubberized rollers that push the ballots through, because of the age of the machine, they melted. The poll workers, I wanna commend them. They have their emergency procedures where you feed those into an emergency ballot box so that when the tabulator is fixed, they can then supervise and run them through. This is so anyway, hats off to Mikayla who contacted Atkins. They talked her through opening up the tabulator and removing, for lack of a better word, gunk. And we had to remove a few rollers, and so we got them working. And this was better than what happened in 2024, where Atkins was on site and they just had available other tabulators. We went through 3, I believe. And when you set up a new tabulator, then you have to rerun all the ballots through again instead of just picking up where you left off. So I really wanna compliment her thinking outside the box and reaching out.
Is there anything that can be done with those tabulators? I mean, just regular maintenance to keep that gunk off of them?
Actually,
before
no.
the election?
No, back in 2000, I'm glad you asked. In 2000, and Heather and Diane are familiar with this, we we're trying to be proactive, is my perspective of replacing the tabulators and the equipment. And that did not go through. And so we're gonna continue to have these problems, and it's not a new problem that we've got. And I just kinda wanna remind everybody that it is a law that we actually equip the auditor's office with equipment that works. And we can be in a lot of trouble if we don't.
Do you have a summary of what you believe you need for the election equipment for updates and?
Last year, I think it was like
Absolutely, this was actually sent to Matt.
$80,000 24 in 2024.
But it's over 5 years, so we
Yeah.
have everything we needed, it was
They were
just
old
never
then.
processed, and I think you sent this to Matt. So, very aware of it, I mean, it's just look for it on the budget.
So we can discuss that during the budget discussions and make sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. I just feel like it's really important to say, to give credit where credit's due with Mikayla. Cause I didn't hear any of you thank her, so I'm concerned about that.
I didn't know she was done. I thought she was coming back in.
Okay. Budget process timeline. So, I know you guys are really wanting to get on this, but I want to bring you a good product. I want to bring you good information, and as you know, your role is to look at the budget, but the role of the department heads is to present the budgets to you, and that's what this timeline is suggesting. And so we had our first distribution of expense summaries by departments, bringing everybody current year to date. From November 12th to the 19th, the budget director, AKA me, I've got meetings set up with individual department heads to answer questions and review expenses, because of course, they're gonna be looking at their general ledgers. We're gonna wanna make sure, especially with the last 9 months, that things were coded correctly, put in the right, and then they had concerns over the budget submitted versus the budgets. Would you like to continue?
What was that?
Did you wanna continue?
I went through all the documents,
Oh.
so they're gonna be signed.
They're both been signed.
I just need this, so
You need what?
I need to send something.
Okay, thank you. We're double tasking here.
Okay.
Sorry. So, to answer their questions, was this coded correctly, to go through and make sure that they, when they bring their budgets to you, it's on, you've got good information.
So are we gonna have our expense summary, and ours is very short?
I know, and that you guys are, whenever you're ready,
Okay.
whenever you're ready. In fact, we can do it at the work session, if you'd like to do that on Tuesday.
That's fine.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, as you know, also the compensation board meeting is on the December 8th, that was set last year. And the tentative deadline then, I've given everybody, and this is what they're comfortable with, is a deadline for the departments to include their revenue, so we'll be looking at the revenue. And then December 16th, we can be presenting our budgets to you.
So that's when we start budgets, is the 16th.
Well, I feel like we're starting the budgets now.
Yeah, but I mean.
But
when
you
sit down
guys,
with
we can
each
come and
other.
present it to you, and then you can share your concerns. I think everybody has received, you guys you have budget status reports, cause I think Laura's been providing them to you.
For,
Everybody, the packet.
oh, you mean the whole entire thing?
Where
Just what
it-
I asked, you mean the expenditure worksheet?
Yes, yes, yes.
Just what I asked, I don't
Did you get the whole thing though? Cause I can give you an updated one, that, if you guys wanna be looking through that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I haven't requested an updated one, so.
Okay,
That'd be great.
That would be great.
perfect. Like I said, I just wanna get my hands around this before I make any commitments that I can't meet. So anyway, usually that happens over 3-4 days, and we can work on that schedule anytime you guys are ready. Any questions about that process timeline?
Are we gonna have a separate conversation regarding the budget amendment?
Yeah, I mean,
It's further down on the agenda, if you wanna wait for that, that's fine.
okay, yeah, let's wait for that,
Okay,
cause I'll just kinda get through this.
okay.
The state audit report update, the latest responses to inquiries regarding the 23 and 24. Supervisor Hobbs, I know you had questions about where we were on there. So the state was looking for a copy of an engagement letter signed by Clifton, Kaster, and DeVos. I did find that. In absence of that, they were wanting us to sign another one, and we don't feel that would have been the best, but I did find it, so thank God for good organization. I did also respond yesterday to payroll inquiries for the treasurer's staff from that period. And then the last thing that I'm being asked about, and maybe Diane, you or Heather can recall, I'm unable to find where that report you guys are initialing for me today, was signed in prior years.
I don't think we ever.
I
Okay.
do not
Okay.
recall any.
And that was one of their questions, so, we're doing it now. I
Okay.
can't go back and find it later, and, so, I could be wrong though.
Is that what that's normally due on December 1?
That's exactly right.
Okay.
I got a little more grace with the accrual, but I really want so much, like, TIF certification's coming up, and that stuff, honestly, I need to learn and, dig into, and it's just not happening, for me right now. It's nothing Solutions can teach me.
Right.
I'm relying heavily on other auditors, but again, it is really for me time.
Well, we haven't approved any new TIF, so in past years, the way Shelley has done it is, it just puts 0. Cause usually, I think you only put it on if you.
Actually, there's a whole
TIF.
worksheet.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh,
whole,
okay.
no, it's not the tip you're thinking of, it's reporting to the city, it's reporting,
Oh,
it's the
okay.
current TIF, and those are,
Okay.
every year things are,
I was just
come
thinking
to
the
completion.
resolution.
No, I'm talking about auditor, like the workload.
Okay.
So that's, yeah, sorry, wish it was that easy. I would've been done. My other areas of concentration, of course, there's no change there, but I wanna keep them on my report, so you know that they're still on my, top of mind. Overtime report, elections deputy, auditor clerk, and maintenance supervisor, those are the hours, those are unavoidable hours in my estimate. And, the auditor clerk, I just wanna make sure you know that we share them with the attorney's office. So when I say over, it's over the 20 hours allotted to my office. It may not be 11 hours of overtime if he didn't work 11 hours up in the attorney's office. So we split him.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay,
So
good.
are you taking them, if they're not using them, are you taking them for if they're not using 11 hours? and you-
No, we don't exceed the
You don't-
20 hours in
okay.
any way, shape, or form. That's
Okay.
what's on the budget, that's what I've got. So I
He's
see.
always worked 20/20, right? 20 for the.
Yeah, Exactly, and he's fully engaged,
I know.
absolutely.
So are you,
Mm.
for Mac, I think we budgeted 29 hours, are you maxing her out?
No, you budgeted 20 hours for the 1 second deputy and 20 for the other, and I'm not maxing them out,
Okay.
because I don't need 29 hours, I need 40 hours.
Okay.
That was the
I
budget.
thought we budgeted 29, but
Nope.
we can talk about it later. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's okay, it's gonna come up here at the end of my report anyway.
Okay.
So with the conclusion of the city school board elections, we're gonna start transitioning the use of the vault that exists between the BOS office and the IT room. What's involved with that is, are able to secure the door from your side. The locking cylinder will be installed on the IT side. It's gonna be retrofitted with either key or a keypad. It's not much difference in price, but I'm concerned about maintenance of a battery, you know, so.
So all the voting tabulators will be in that room? so
Everything that,
That's
oh,
great.
most about everything. I
That's
mean, just
great.
other than the big totes that we take out.
Yeah, well, those.
Are we just gonna move what's in there right now to?
Well, you know what,
office, or are we in-
I'd like to create a conference room, because I think with the public health building going bye-bye, there'll be a nice, you know, I know that Thaddeus would like to move his conference table from where it is, and I think there'll be another one available. Of course, it's not a forever thing, but it is a temporary see how it works thing.
Okay.
And my goal is that we spend as little money as possible. In order to get our carts through the BOS side of the vault, did you have any did we have any progress today?
Yes.
Good, you're gonna talk about that?
Yes.
All right, come on up. He's got a report that he'll, so we had, somebody, take the floor, their subfloor that was blocking the vault door, cause in order to get the stuff through there, we had to actually get the vault door all the way open, and it wouldn't open on your side.
So you just cut the
So
carpet
for a
out?
couple $100, we're gonna remove that whole section of the flooring so we can open the vault door all the way to get.
To get the
voting
equipment in
cards
there.
in.
Okay.
So you can open it clear to the door?
No, the other door is narrower.
Yep,
They're
okay,
not-
that was it.
they're
So,
very-
yeah, I'll let you finish yours in a minute, so I'm almost done. This is an email that went out to Joelle and Greta, but this kind of, I wanted you guys to know about this, Steve's in the back too. And I did hear back from Joelle. As a follow-up to the public health transition to the 28E agreement, there was some confusion about the amendment I was looking at, and it's because the auditor's office never received the actual agreement between the boards of health. I was still operating under the assumption that we had a Warren County, Madison County 28E agreement. It's a 10-year agreement that goes through 2029. That's in effect until either party gives the other party 60-day notice. So because that's still in effect, I don't think we're double paying, but I think somebody needs to get to terminate that contract, because these are overlapping. You don't wanna pay $5,100 a year plus
Right.
$73,000 a year.
Well, can we just amend it?
No, because the Board of Health, the Warren County and the Madison County Boards of Health did their own contract. And you guys weren't a party to that.
No, cause we normally aren't.
Great, and as long as it says Boards of Health,
Yeah.
it's great. But you still have an existing 28E that says Madison County, Warren County, not Boards of Health. So, and all
Oh.
28E agreements have to be filed with the Secretary of State.
Yes, and I noticed that wasn't on their, they didn't have it on their website.
Who doesn't have it on
The
their?
Secretary of State does not have it on their website.
Well, it's because the Board of
It's in
Supervisors from Warren County never signed the document.
The Board of Supervisors, the Board of
The
Health?
Board of Supervisors, we do not have a fully executed 28E agreement in our files. And that is because I was informed that that isn't something they do. And I'm like, well, I think you're mistaken. So I think the best and easiest way to solve
Just do
this.
a brand new one?
Nope.
Okay.
You gotta get this other one terminated, because there's a dollar amount that goes out for 10 years. You don't want that, we don't wanna pay that. We
Okay.
don't wanna be obligated to that, plus the new one is between the Boards of Health, and then we're out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if both parties agree to waive the 60-day, couldn't we just,
You're gonna have to talk to the county attorney,
okay.
okay, cause
I know
that's
it's-
beyond, I mean, I can tell you what I would do. I would just say, I would do a retroactive termination letter to Warren County, that's what I would do.
That's what I would do.
And I think our previous county attorney did the one they have right now.
In 2019,
Yeah.
was
because
Matt.
It was, yeah, so, cause I remember sitting in the room here when they were talking about it.
okay.
Okay.
Like I said, it's just one of those time-consuming little tasks that we gotta get through.
Okay.
Okay, and so I do want you to know that I am working with both of the Boards of Health chairs, as well. So, I just would make one, I guess, you guys wanna table I gave you guys this to look over. It's a floor plan.
For, okay.
Moving.
Move where? Okay.
The reason is there's a lot of angst with our current departments, with the VA, they wanna know where they're moving. So what you're gonna look at there is that corner that says VA Conference, VA Joan, VA, that'd be Thaddeus, that's my office,
Oh,
okay?
okay.
Then what this does, it satisfies every single thing that we need to do to move Veterans Affairs with zero construction.
Okay.
If you wanna bring up the ADA bathrooms, we've got ADA compliant bathrooms, we can convert on the second floor. All you have to do is take the partitions out.
We don't have an ADA compliant elevator, that was the concern.
I will leave that to Chip to talk about that, okay? So, again, but back to your point of, as long as we're working on it, and like I said, it's not a forever thing, but I guess I'd like a plan where we don't construct walls that, as long as we've got a plan. And I've talked to Thaddeus about this, and we can talk about it more, but I just wanted to let you know that here's a plan that we don't have to do any walls.
Okay, I think that looks good. And just I don't know if you remember, but they're supposed to, Iowa Workforce, their ADA people are supposed to come out in early December. So, they just had a staff change though, so I have to figure out if those dates are still good, but I think it was the 2nd and the 3rd of December. So they're supposed to come out, do an evaluation, help us with a transition plan, get that on file, and then once we have it on file, then we're free to
Do these kind of things?
do these kind of things.
Okay, cause I don't want that to hold up, not having a place for him to go. And
So-
now we know what we need for public health, and I just, to me, this is something we can do now.
So the auditor is in the CIS office, then HR is in the BOS office.
And you guys moved to the HR office, which is where it used to be.
We used to be there, yep. And then, the auditor's office is the VA and
And then
DHS.
IT, the old IT office turns into a conference room.
I just think it's a win-win, guys.
I think it's
can't
fine.
believe
And
it.
then for the VA, they have that door partition between the.
Yep, that's and if you read the notes, so here's the
Fine.
thing, they get a private entrance, right, through where the elections thing is. Then, you've got 2 closing locking doors for DHS and public health. You have a possibility of a waiting area in the front office. And what I like about it is, especially going through this election, we have people picking up election equipment on wheels, banging them down the stairs. Now, if your auditor's office is down here, and, you've got the ramps,
You're closer to the ramps.
right?
Okay.
The closer the ramps.
Okay.
I just think it's,
No, I think this looks
a
good.
really,
Fine.
you can do this.
We can talk about it.
Have you considered, potentially consolidating the maintenance offices that are on the main floor of the courthouse and repurposing, reutilizing space in the basement? We've got a bunch of space over at the elderly services building. Is that something that you thought about?
I'd be very open to that conversation, I just don't want it bogged down too much at once.
Yeah.
I'm trying to set, just a nice, even, let's get this done, because that, to me, is the most urgent thing right now, is, Thaddeus wants to know where he's moving. And I just don't wanna go under a construction project that
Well,
just.
Thaddeus won't move like he did before, because when we moved him, he had no phones, no anything.
No.
Agreed, and again, so if you guys say this is a good idea, then I can take that next step.
It's for me, it's
But
great.
we can talk, we
about-
can
yeah.
talk.
the phones should be easier now because they're all VoIP.
It'll be
It's a
fine.
programming thing, it's not even
And we
So-
can, talk about moving
Yeah.
it.
We need to talk through this option versus moving him, to the zoning office like we talked about, because this option is, we're moving like the whole main floor of the courthouse.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
I
He's
mean,
moving back, he always was in the courthouse, so he's moving back.
Okay, well, we can talk about that at our meeting.
Yep, that's why I thought you guys, I didn't
But
really
no, this is
wanna
a
go
good-
forward with this,
This is a great
because of the
start.
time,
Yeah, this
but
is a good-
I just thought, you
Nice
guys ought to have it.
visual.
yeah, thank you.
Start.
And then just one last request, I know Jessica, you and I talked about it, You guys can bring up my resolution for my second deputy under unfinished business today. If I would ask once again, we are struggling, and, I would like you to trust my judgment, that I'm not, I've given you guys all the answers that you've asked for.
I still have the underlying concerns though, and I'm trying to understand why you wouldn't utilize Mac more, why you would let Julie go, why you wouldn't entertain the payroll software if you were struggling for labor hours. It doesn't reconcile in my mind why you wouldn't entertain those other things. So I'm struggling with that.
Why don't we can talk about that at our work session, because that is a budgetary thing, and I think we should.
But like I expressed to Jessica, Supervisor Hobbs, this feels punitive. This feels punitive, and I feel like you're filling all of the other requests for everybody. Okay, everybody's gotten everything they've asked for, you're spending your budgets, and all I'm asking is that you let me do my budget without penalizing me for whatever reason.
Michele, and I'm sorry you feel that way, but this is not punitive. This is actually the folks that filled before, those are actually vacant. This was a new position that was created.
It was approved by the budget.
If I may finish, you have the exact same amount of employees that Shelley had. So,
do you know that I don't have the 9 years of experience in my office?
I understand that.
No, I don't know.
But Terry came in with less people, no experience, she had her entire staff leave. Matt came in.
I don't want to be compared to Terry.
Order please. I'm just saying is that every time we have a new change, there's gonna be a struggle. And you've been doing really well, and I
want you
appreciate
to reward that.
I appreciate that, but we also have budget constraints here.
I'm the only one you're giving budget constraints to.
No, when Chip asked for,
Okay,
full-time, we did a test.
whose department is in Chip now? And how many more hats am I wearing than the other two auditors who preceded me? Matt and Terry.
You're wearing the same hats, they did the same thing.
Matt and Terry?
The duties have not changed.
Well,
Heather,
So,
she's an
but-
elected official. If she comes to us and she has the budget and she says, I need
have
the
the budget.
budget, you need to honor that.
Diane, we collected $31,000 less in taxes than we were planning.
And you've spent 25 in frivolous stuff. You've
We
spent
can talk- we
25
can-
on Bergman, you spent,
Excuse
10
me,
on
what?
this, you spent 7,500 on Bergman, you spent 8,000 so far on
Okay,
another
first
lawyer,
of all,
and
that
10,000
was
for
the
this.
auditor's office, and second of all, she came in under budget. So we can talk about this at a budget session.
Who came under
Diane.
budget?
She cut her budget by 25,000.
Terry?
Yes.
She never worked.
Okay, we can have that conversation. That is
you know what,
water under the bridge.
I asked respectfully, you
I
denied.
I
You
appreciate
denied
the
it.
support.
I know, I don't know that you do. I
So,
don't know that you,
okay.
your actions don't say that you do.
Talking about it as well, so,
Okay, Chip?
moving on.
Good evening, everybody. Chip C, Building and Grounds. Save your best for last, I guess. I'd like to thank any veterans in the room for your service. Without our veterans, our current men and women, we wouldn't get to conduct what we're doing right now. So, happy Veterans Day. This is a little, just catching up on what's been going on in my department the last couple weeks. I've had Excel Mechanical on site the last 2 weeks. We've had issues going on with the boilers in the basement. What started out as a noise in my back vault with the low flow going up to the air handler and a blow valve leaking in the basement. We've come to the conclusion today I've got a leak in the basement floor. I got an Excel team, a double
In
team.
the floor? What, I mean,
All the heating, all the steam pipes are in the floor of the basement.
oh,
And they've been gone through before, but, we think we've isolated to the boiler room, but we're gonna tear into that next week. We're at least gonna put a clean out, we have it up and running now, but I mean, we just had issues going on where the whole system was filling up with water. I'm glad we got some warm weather so we can address this. I spoke with my state boiler inspector today on these issues, and he reminded me, this is what he told me was gonna happen 3 years ago. And now that we actually have spent money and have a boiler system operating properly, we have 100-plus-year-old piping in the building, and hard material is gonna continuously break free now. We've had 2 leaks on main floor, and it's gonna continue. But as he said, for the age of our building and the age of the piping, we have an outstanding system operating now. So, this is a 40-year experienced state boiler inspector. We've got hand equipment ready for our first snow. Staff's been prepped and expectations are confirmed on what we're gonna do, other than we have a vendor that takes care of our services, but, they can't be there on site all the time for bad storms. So our goal is no falls, no slips, keeping walkways and stairs clean. Thank you for the part-time staff, the position of my new hire. Alex is working out tremendously. He's doing a great job. The workload and demand continue to warrant this position. Having this position filled has allowed me to work on budgeting for contractors, current and past. I'm keeping up with claims, and I'm working on upcoming budget. And obviously with the boiler right now, we're in the HVAC season of heating and cooling. It's allowing me to address these issues. Cody's been keeping me updated with the doors to the annex. We're still looking at 4 to 6 weeks out on those doors. Well, we're 8 weeks in since you approved it. When I approached you last February, I said it was gonna be 14 to 18 weeks. That's before these tariffs. So, I mean, we're still sitting in a pretty good window to get the doors.
Jeff, what it might be wiser, I don't wanna wait, but we don't wanna do this in the dead of winter, do we? It's supposed to be really cold.
We'll play it by ear, but, I know Cody and Steve, we can box it, whatever end we're working on, we can box it in.
Okay, all right.
Probably we'll just have one entrance, but
Okay.
That's what they did with the courthouse when they were working on
I
it.
know. But
that's how they did the meal site last winter.
Yeah, yeah, they did.
So, I mean,
All right.
but yeah, that's the update there. The new alarm system, they're keeping me updated weekly, but we're still looking at mid-December before the hardware's in, but once hardware's in, I'll be informing you guys, but we'll be having that installed.
Is that the one we just approved?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all the seat sensors in the building, we'll be getting new strobes.
And they were really, really old, weren't they?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what the ongoing issue for the last year has been, is everything's so outdated and it's hard to get to replace it, so, I appreciate you guys approving that to be installed. So, any questions for me?
I do have a question regarding the backup generator.
Yes.
Can you tell me what the fuel system is for that? Can you remind us?
Diesel.
It's diesel. I thought we were gonna do natural gas. Is there a reason why?
Natural gas is on the south side of the building, that would have been pumped, that would have been piping clear on the other side, and by the manufacturer's recommendation, and since it is we have a servicing, unit gonna be servicing it, the diesel was throughout the building.
Okay, so we have regular maintenance on that then scheduled?
Yes.
Have we already changed out the fuel to the winter blend?
No.
Okay. Do we have gauges that you check it like once a week?
They
or-
will check it.
Oh, they check it?
They will check it, yes.
Okay,
We have no fuel in it yet.
okay, no fuel.
Now,
They,
so,
go ahead.
Winterset has a generator, but we've gotten to the point where they can't keep up we go down for 4 days, that's where we've got our own.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they're not done with the landscaping to that either yet, so I mean, there's some things to complete with the generator yet.
Okay.
Them.
Is the grading around it?
Yes.
So, so this is new, so that's gonna probably be a new budgeted item for the regular annual maintenance, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And to touch base on what Michele was discussing with the elevator. What puts the elevator out of compliance is the door opening on one side for main and basement, and second and third floor opening on the other sides. That was issues before. What we can do is retrofit stalls in the men's bathroom in the basement to accommodate that ADA compliance for Thaddeus and the veterans.
According to the gal, I think the actual door is too narrow.
What door?
The door in the elevator is too narrow.
But she said we were grandfathered in because we were before 1970, we don't have.
I think that's what the report's gonna tell you.
Yeah, it's gonna
Okay.
because of the
We're
grandfather.
grandfathered
And
in
it's
for
a-
all this, but what we could do on our end to accommodate.
Right, is use
Is
the
it has
basement.
on the
Yes.
basement? Is that?
That floor is very uneven down there.
Yeah,
How
it
are
is
they
very
gonna-
uneven.
We never had a problem when he was there before.
But Thaddeus accommodated by physically moving, physically, you know, I've had experience with people bringing too big of strollers going up top, and I've gotta get them off their scooter and but, I mean, compared to the number for upgrading the elevator, I think we'd be smarter to go this route, cause we're talking,
So we're gonna have the folks come in December to do an ADA evaluation and put together a transition plan, so that'd be something we can talk about when they're here and make sure we have a plan.
certainly.
So, okay, all right.
Anything else for me?
One more question, that generator, is it possible to paint it? It would have been great to have something that was closer to the color of our limestone, so it doesn't stick out.
We could do that, or I was
Chip and
gonna
I
ask you
reached
guys
out.
move forward about a possible perimeter fence.
Well, Chip and I have talked about painting it to appear as brick structure, a piece of a brick
I
structure.
think there's all kinds of
Yeah, I
options
think
we can do with it,
Come up
but-
with something.
I think fencing would probably be
The Clinton
fine.
Creek fence,
I
they
think
put
we
the
can
fence
do
around
that.
our monument at Monumental Park, I mean,
Yeah.
they do taller fences, I mean, and that would be a security thing too, also put a fence with lock and key.
And then
we
we
can do
have to
something.
maintain it and repaint it and worry about it chipping off and.
Yeah.
We can do something creative.
We can figure out something on that.
So if you guys want me to move forward on that, at least get a bid on
That'd be,
fencing?
I
Can
think
you
that'd be
plant
great.
arborvitae around them? Does it have to have a clearance of, like, if you put arborvitae, they can do it now? Can you do that?
I would assume so. I
We'd
mean,
have to make sure
Trim
we have
those
clearance.
off.
And remember, we're gonna do a 10-year plan, 5-year plan, and a budget plan. so.
Okay, all right.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you, Chip. All right, the next one is presentation on the courthouse inspection report findings. Mark,
People get.
Mark, are you here? Is Mark here? Mark? Is he here? You coming?
Yeah. Welcome.
Hi, Mark.
Okay, I need a PowerPoint.
Oh, do you have a USB or?
Yeah,
Yeah, or do you need the HDMI?
can I hook up to mine?
Yeah,
Well, here,
do you have a USB that you can plug into her?
Is it the same things that's been sent out in the packet?
no,
No.
let me.
Because we have an HDMI cable right here, we can plug it into that, and then if you want, you can sit over here and walk us through it if you want.
Then I can see everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
You can sit right here.
Great.
Unless your voice travels. Mark. Yep,
Perfect.
I used to do this when I was a preacher.
You have the draw.
I'm kidding. Okay. You can be my cash assistant, make sure it works. There we go. I'll just leave it in.
Okay.
Let me put it in presentation view. I wanna be able to see what I got here. Okay, I don't think my notes would be on there at all. Let's go into presenter view. Normal. Show. Hey, I don't. Okay, here, I'll just wing it. Okay. You got me? Audio? Okay. You have a nice courthouse. it's a beauty. But, I was called in to, me and an engineer that I work with, we're called in to just review, some of the construction details. You have new concrete sidewalk. The contractor used a dull blade to make the cuts and damaged the concrete sidewalk. It's kinda, it's not things are supposed to be done in a good and workmanlike manner. This is poor workmanship you paid for here. The cuts are not deep enough. These are cuts in concrete, they're supposed to be, it's in the engineering report, how deep it's gonna be, and how deep it's supposed to be, 1/4 inch. It's supposed to be, I believe the engineer calls out 1/3 or 2/3 of the way through the concrete. It's in his report. Misalignment of the concrete. Kind of a pretty presentation, but sloppy workmanship. This is the absence of an expansion joint there next to the concrete and the limestone is blowing apart, and it will continue to blow apart. They missed the expansion joint. This is pretty frequent in your courthouse. I believe this was new work, and now it's tearing your courthouse apart. The the mortar, the touch-up mortar, the tuck pointing, didn't even bother matching it.
Is this on the second floor?
I believe so.
So, did you take this picture, or
I
was this a
did.
drone picture? Okay.
No, I climbed down on the roof and took the picture. Iron aggregate coming out of the concrete, it can be fixed, but they didn't use the right concrete mix here. This is patching in the stonework.
This is on the ramp.
No, this is up on the building itself.
Was that part of the contract or the
No.
project?
No, I think this is on the ramp, cause that's granite,
That's granite.
yeah.
Is
that's on
that,
the
is that
ramp.
where we took
That's
that on the ramp? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is, it should be able to be matched a lot better than that. They didn't, the contractor is not a restoration contractor. We work with restoration contractors, they can match this up pretty well. The arch section there, very poor color match. This could have been done better. I'm not sure who was supposed to tuck point this, but it's not. Here's your ramp. Your ramp is your big problem. The limestone is setting down in a pocket that fills with water just naturally. And there's no base there, and it's wicking it up. And you get efflorescence, the salts or the minerals that come out of the mortar form of pressure there. This ramp will blow itself apart over a few years. It'll fracture and the stones will be destroyed.
We have a surety bond on the ramp.
Is it enough to replace it? It needs
it's just
replaced.
on the cement part, it's not on the walls.
That should not be happening. It's not meant, it's not put together right. The top cap up there above the flashing, there's no soft joints facing the sky. It's supposed to be a soft joint. You should not have mortar exposed sitting on top. This will always happen. The weeps, I don't even know who would put a weep in like this. It's up, I don't think it does anything except for it looks like a weep. Then we have the ramp, the concrete part. That sealant joint there, I should not be able to stick my rule behind it. It was not properly primed or applied. I guess it doesn't matter anyway, cause the water leaks down into this base where you're sitting in there and it's gonna destroy. It's supposed to keep the water out, but they let the water in other ways. More efflorescence. That joint should be a soft joint up there, it should be raked back and sealant put in the top, that protects it. That's good restoration contracting, that is good mortar principles for building a brick. You've seen your brick sidewalks on your patios or your stoops, they all fall apart after a while because more water gets down in the mortar, it freezes, it expands 9% and it blows it apart. Here's the roof. You have a couple flat roofs out there. Those joints are not sealed. Water will get in underneath that. You got a low spot. It should have been tapered. Now, it collects there, it pools. You have pieces of the rubber coming off already. They're unstuck.
Forrest Sure was here last week and did those roofs. Forrest Sure was here last week and worked on the roofs.
Okay.
Do you guys know who called them?
I called them and they were they did not complete their punch list and I called Bryholtz today.
Okay.
So that was, they had finished that punch
I
list.
just
and
wondered who
That's,
pulled
so
that
they
figure.
they
Did you
finished the
send them
punch
this,
list and
did you send
corrected
them
it.
this issues, the list of issues from this?
Well, they were here, Chip knows, they were here last week
Okay.
because they were told to fix it. And that was more by Bryholtz.
Here's an example of debris just left on the rubber roof.
Are those nails?
Those are nails. There's nails and screws. I had more debris pictures, but I just wanted to give you an example. That's pretty sloppy workmanship. I consult for the largest developer in the state of Iowa. I look at every job that they have going up once a week. We do not allow this to happen. It's taken care of. You have windows. This is just an example. There's no hardware on the window to assist with operation.
It never called for hardware.
Very good. You have windows that are, they were not specified. The glass is so heavy on some of your windows, you can't open them. It was, the window manufacturer doesn't even have specifications for a window as large as some of the windows you have. They operate up to 100 pounds. My engineer calculated that some of the panes, some of the sashes are probably 200 pounds. And this window manufacturer doesn't even design a window for that. So it was just made and put in. There's one of the windows. Maybe you didn't ever want it to open. I don't know how you would get up there to unlatch it anyway, have a room handy. But
They're locked.
one thing you don't have to worry about them
Are
locked
they?
because somebody
That's a
up there
good point.
can't lift them from the outside.
Yeah.
There needs to be a punch list to call back on the windows. That sealant is really sloppy in the glass there. It shouldn't be. It should have been rejected, should have been called out by the contractor. I'm just giving you examples of what we saw. That's kind of a picture I gotta explain here. That silver horizontal that kind of goes up, that's my rule, and it's going in between the trim. The trim should be tight, the trim is loose. So I could just stick that in there. We have a creative way of holding the trim in. We have pin nails in an angle that don't really hit the wood. And I believe they were stuck in there at an angle to kind of wedge the wood in there to hold it in. We have smeared nail hole filler. It's predominant in a lot of the windows. Some of it's not a very good match, and I built for years. We don't always get a perfect match, but we get a better match than this. You paid good money for this. And a little more cleaning with the cloth would have taken that excess nail filler out. It just shows how some of the workmanship was done here. And I believe that was a plug that was made to cover a screw hole. And when you make a plug, you take some of the native wood, the wood you're using, and you build the plug and put it in the correct way. And it hides a lot better, it's a lot more aesthetically pleasing. This is sloppy workmanship, predominant throughout your job. And here's a real prize here, your entry door. Then you can have a arch fabricated for the top of that window. Or you can piece it all in. That's not good workmanship. That's poor workmanship. Contractor is to do their work in a good and workmanlike manner. That is all I have. I just wanted the rest is in my report. I just wanted you guys, I was supposed to expose you to what I saw.
Okay.
And if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. I'd refer to the engineer's report and my caption picture report.
So of your findings, which one do you think is the most concerning?
Well, if the windows are not the most, but if they were never supposed to operate, you got what you paid for.
Well,
Too heavy, you can't.
we
Your
do
ramp
have-
is your big problem.
The ramp is
Your
the big
ramp
problem.
is your big problem. I tell you what, in 5 years in this climate, that ramp will not look like it does today. And it's already efflorescing. When you have efflorescence, that's a buildup of salt and pressure in it, and it will actually blow it apart over time.
So basically disintegrate the stone,
It will,
okay?
yes. If you wanna redo it every 5 years, you're on track.
Well, I don't think we want that. So, I mean, I appreciate it, thank you. Does the board have any questions at all? Have you had a chance to review the reports?
I have, and I'm very thankful for you gathering this information for us. This is a facility that we want, a historic building that we want to care for, and we want it to be here for generations. It's not acceptable to me to just not inspect it and not look at it and kick the can down the curb. We need to address it. We're gonna have to prioritize those initiatives, and we're gonna plan and work with Michele and master plan some of these. We're not gonna be able to address all of this, obviously, right away, but I'm very concerned about the concrete and the ramps.
The whole purpose of the
And-
project, the main purpose of the project
Yeah.
was that ramp.
Yeah. So I'm appreciative. Thank you very much, Mark, for.
Keep
for
going, and
doing
you can
this.
have it like Indianola. Tear it down and build a new one.
Let's
I was
try to
just there
prevent
in-
that.
I was
No.
just there in trial last week.
That's
I
a
do
monstrosity of a
yeah.
building.
Yeah, it's pretty inside. It's
Is it?
new.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not outside, so that's good.
Okay. All right.
Well, thank you for
Thank you for
coming.
your time.
Thanks.
Sorry for the late hour.
It's okay.
So, all right, thank you very much.
Thanks.
We did well. Thanks. You want this back over, or is there anybody else?
Yeah, we'll have public
Yeah, there's-
I can get it.
Thank you.
All right,
What's that? Yeah, thank you. My wife's not with me, so she's the one who usually is my janitor. Or, well, what? I'm gonna get in trouble here. My manager, she's my manager.
Manager, make sure you have all your stuff, right?
My keeper. Supervisor, she calls us the keeper of the mark.
Use the word supervisor, that's fine.
thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and move into public comment now. Please, come out, if you have anything to say, please come up and state your name and where you're from. You have 3 minutes to speak. We'll go ahead and take folks here in the room first, and then we'll move on to folks on the phone. So folks on the phone, if you wouldn't mind being patient, I'd appreciate it. Who would like to speak first? All right, doesn't look like there's, oops.
I just want to say I'm sorry for being grumpy. I'm very tired. And thank you to all my poll workers who worked this election and who will work hopefully all the next elections. We really appreciate you guys and we really need you. So
Thank you.
Sorry for being grumpy.
You're fine. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Oop.
Hackett Haven from Winterset. I wasn't gonna talk, but that last special election, 3/4 of the voters in Madison County wanted Michele in there to straighten this mess out. And it does appear to be punitive, what you guys are doing to her. It's disrespectful. I think it's a disgrace.
Second the motion.
Anyone else wish to speak? All right, we'll move on to the phone. If you are on the phone and you wish to speak in public comment, please remember to hit *6 to unmute your phone and state your name and where you're from, and you have 3 minutes. All right.
Is there anybody on?
There's a lot of people.
Is anybody on muting? All right, we'll go ahead and move on to resolutions for board consideration. The first one is approving setting the public hearing for a budget amendment November 25th. I think we're gonna talk about that budget amendment. We wanna talk about that now. Did you wanna talk about that, Michele?
So. Foot fell asleep. Typically, how the budget amendments work is you send out a message to folks who need their budgets amended, and they get information back. I've heard back from, one department that does not need one, and then I figured when I visit with folks about their general ledgers, where they are, it's just difficult to decide, yeah, it's just, if you guys need me to amend your budget, I can move legal fees under, which it should be, those legal fees need to be under you guys and paid out of your budget. That is one thing we need to move. I'm going to submit a budget request because I need to adjust what was done prior to July by the outgoing auditor. And if you guys, anybody else, I'll just reach out individually. So I'm gonna publish it, amendment for the hearing. At this point, I think I'm gonna need to bump it down to December.
Okay, so when would you need the different department heads to get you there? I mean, did an email go out to everybody and say, hey, send me all your stuff?
We talked about it during when we got together, so.
Okay.
Was it the 5th? It was the day after the election. It was just the department heads.
Okay.
And, so that's what needs to happen.
Okay.
I have it ready to go to print, but depending upon, whether because of the late hour, and, I don't wanna publish before the budget amendment date is approved, we'll probably just push it down to December.
Okay. I mean, we could also have a special meeting to get it into November, if that would be helpful.
Nope,
Okay,
nope, we've got enough special meetings.
okay.
Are you thinking lining it up with our normally scheduled meeting on the
That would be the
9th?
the 9th.
That would be nice
So-
if we could do.
Okay.
If it works for
So-
you.
We can.
So you can strike through the, resolution that I have on the agenda, and we could change that date, or I could resubmit it at the next daytime meeting.
Why don't you
So
resubmit it at the
November
next?
25th, let's just discuss this for a minute, Diane. November 25th is what you originally had. We can move to December 2nd, which is a Tuesday.
She just said it should
The
be
9th is fine.
the 9th.
Okay,
It's
well,
an evening
I
meeting
just,
though,
it's an
and
evening meeting, and I would rather do it during the day in case there's discussions. I want the department heads to have enough time because, I want us to have time to review the amendment too, so we understand everything that's being requested and whether or not that's something we wanna approve or not. Or recommending things, cause I know I'll have to go through my notes, but I know there are discussions when we did the budget earlier this year on things we knew that might need an amendment, and I wanna make sure those aren't forgotten by either the
All you do
department
is,
or.
you just send them to me.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, I wanna have enough time for us as a board to review the requested amendments before we approve them, so, how do you guys wanna handle that?
What do you mean, like,
Like, say if someone's asking, I need to amend this budget, I wanna be able to ask the department heads, okay, what are you asking for, what's it for? You know, I don't wanna automatically default to say we're gonna approve spending extra money out of our cash balances, especially since we don't have the month end done yet.
well, yeah.
So, that makes me a little uncomfortable.
It seems to me, and what I was gonna discuss when we got to the scheduling, I know we've talked about just having a placeholder every Tuesday morning, weekly. Is that something we need to do so that
I
we
think
can
we
make
need
sure we have that flexibility for?
I thought we did have a placeholder.
We did have a placeholder, so I know November 25th is Thanksgiving weekend, and, Thanksgiving week,
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, she just said she wasn't ready.
I know, so, but I don't know if the department heads, you said the department, you only got response from one. Okay, so.
But I'm confident that once we go through where they are, year to date,
Because there's a couple ones, like for instance, emergency management, I know we need to do a budget amendment for that one. I'd have to look at my notes, and I'm concerned about keeping to push that down, cause it's regarding his salary, and I wanna make sure we have that budget amendment in there. So I'm concerned the further we push it to December, that might impact that line item. Again, I don't have the numbers in front of me currently, but I'm a little concerned about that, cause usually.
well, I can't just do a budget amendment for only expenditures, I mean, the revenues, we have to have that on there too. And you usually just do two, and we've done them in December, actually, we've done them as late as, I think, December.
Near the end.
Usually the second meeting. I think the first one I think if I recall, I'd have to look back, but I think you're correct, we did a second amendment towards the end of the year, but I think our first amendment was usually around July or August, I'd have to look.
I don't think so, I think
we've
it's
usually
December and then again in May.
Cause I think we've done 3 budget amendments before in the fiscal year.
What works for you, Michele?
December 8th.
December 8th.
December
Okay.
8th.
I'm sorry, December 9th, December
December
9th.
So if we do it to December 9th for the budget amendment, why don't we meet December, the week before to go over what people have or requested thus far? Cause I wanna have time to talk about
For
it.
a review in advance of the 9th.
Yeah.
So then, meet the 2nd at 9:30,
Yeah,
and then the 9th, then Michele, would it be easier, better for you and your staff then if we did the budget amendment in the work session? Are you talking about doing that earlier in the day, or are you talking about blending that with our evening meeting?
Evening meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
So do the
Or,
public-
you know, like I said, it's,
So what's the second for?
for us to review the request for the budget amendment. Cause I don't wanna be discussing that on the 9th, cause then that's gonna be a very long meeting. So I'd like to go over folks' requests on the 2nd to make sure
how
we're
long
on.
you been here today, Mike?
So I'd like to go over people's requests on the 2nd, so we're aware, and then we can roll into the public hearing on the budget amendment on the 9th. What do you guys think about that?
Sounds great.
Okay.
I'm sure there's probably gonna be other things that come up that we'll need to add to that second meeting
Correct.
anyway, so we can keep things succinct in the following week.
Because I will probably not be here on the 16th or the 17th
Okay.
for a personal matter. So just keep that in mind.
So what time, December 2nd?
But I think our placeholder on Tuesdays are 9:30. That works for you, Diane? Okay, so we'll go ahead and set that.
You know, I have heartburn, if your department heads ask you not to do it, why are we doing it?
Diane, because the Board of Supervisors is over the budget,
I
including
know, but
budget
they're not
amendments.
ready. She said she'd
I'm
be ready
not-
tonight.
Well, that's for the hearing.
I know,
But
okay.
I'd like to go over the numbers beforehand, so we are aware of what's being requested of the board before we approve it.
Is that gonna be adequate, Michele, on the second, or do you need, are you not gonna be ready to review that information till the ninth? Do you know yet?
Cause I know when Terry did hers, and just so you know, I asked the Department of Management about this. Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
I asked
can't
the Department of
hear you.
Management about, on what's required on the budget amendments. Does it have to be revenue and expenditures, or can it just be expenditures? And they said Iowa Code only requires expenditures. So that, if that, I would love to have revenue on there, trust me, but in the interest of time, I wanna make sure we have approved expenditures so we're able to spend those dollars. So if you don't get the revenues ready by then, I think we can still move forward with expenditures as long as the department heads get their information. And I know they were able to do that when we did the last amendment, when Terry was still here, they got it to us in under 2 weeks.
Okay.
So if again, if you get the revenues, that would be great, but I don't want you killing yourself over it, so.
Well, we're too
So-
far down the road for that
So
right
if
now.
we can at least get the expenditures so we can make sure that we're able to pay
You set the
certain
meeting,
things. So,
as long as it's not a day other than Tuesday.
okay, so
And
Tuesday, this December 2nd at 9:30 to go over the budget amendment requests.
The request of expenditures.
Yes.
Anything else?
No, so do you want us to, we're gonna change this resolution to the 9th then for
I
budget
would.
hearing? Okay.
I would.
Okay. All right, so, I'll entertain a motion to approve the public hearing for a budget amendment, to change it from November 25th to December 9th. I'll entertain a motion for that amendment.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed? Motion carries. The next one is approving applications for the family farm tax credit. So, thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please vote aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. The next one is approving the sale of the public health building via auction. The reason why we are doing this again is because the board caught a typo in the amount on the original resolution, and I was not comfortable just approving it and changing it after we adjourned. So this is the corrected resolution. It had the wrong amount for the appraiser costs that we approved a month ago, 2 months ago. So that's why we're doing it again, to make sure that the numbers are correct. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the sale of the public health building via auction with the updated information.
So moved.
Do I have a second? I will second that. Any discussion? All in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Okay, motion carries. I will entertain us approving both hiring resolutions. Can we do that, or do we have to do them individually?
Individually, you can't do hiring resolutions together.
Individually? Okay, all right. First resolution is the hiring of B. Tyler as full-time motor grader operator at 29.37 per hour, effective October 28th. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Is he an in-house or new?
That's in-house, that's a
In-house transfer.
internal transfer.
Okay.
And is the last name Tyer or Tyler?
Oh, did I say it? Tyler?
T-Y-E-R.
Yes.
Okay, I wanna make sure it's
Sorry,
spelled
I
right on
said
the,
it wrong.
okay.
All right, I think we have a first and a second. Yeah, any more discussion? All in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Go ahead and approve hiring of R. Snell as, the next resolution, they're approving of hiring of R. Snell as full-time bridgeman at 27.23 per hour, effective 17 November 2025. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Is that a new hire or?
That's new hire.
New hire, oh, good, thank you.
All in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approving, next resolution is approving the work agreement between Joseph Hitt, and the Madison County Secondary Roads effective November 4th, 2025. Do I have a motion to approve? Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The next resolution is approving the bridge load limits effective 11 November of 2025. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please vote aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. The next one is approving this is what we had our public hearing on earlier tonight, approving the plat of Willow Haven Subdivision. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please vote aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next resolution is approving the plat of Chris and Nelson Endres Subdivision. That was the second, public hearing we had earlier tonight. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please vote aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next one is the application for license permits and cancellations. The application for the use of grounds for the Winterset Festival of Lights. Looking forward to that. That's an awesome time, by the way. If any of you guys go, I encourage it. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, please vote aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, going on to board member reports. Who would like to start?
I've been going first a lot. Go ahead, Diane.
I attended CCOG. CCOG is Southern Iowa Council of Government. They're grant writers for counties. And we gave, this is kind of interesting and fun, we gave a loan to somebody and he did not pay the loan back. So we had first ownership on his excavator. And we had served repossession papers. But at our meeting last Tuesday, this is Southern Iowa now, remember? They got on their phone, they found the excavator. Next day, they came with the trailer, loaded it up, took it. So if you want to pay your bills in Southern Iowa, he didn't pay them, and it was pretty far behind. I had North and Middle River Watershed Management. I attended the Monument Park Restoration, had an ISU interview about women in politics. And our opioid task force, we do have all of the, it just got caught in the paper blizzard. It should have been in the receiving file. In the first quarter, we are in all 3 schools. In the first quarter, they're teaching, they want to go down as little as preschool. They're teaching stop, think, and choose. And it was reported as 371 students. It was 400 students. And there are parents that are now going to AA because of what the kids are coming home and saying. A mother sent me a text on Halloween night stating that she'd heard a little kid yell to the dog, "You need to stop, think, and choose." So it's going really, really well. Denver has reached out to us to see if maybe they can copy it. And Ohio called the other day. So it's going really, really well, and we are going to apply for some of the money at the state level, so we can continue it. That's it.
I also attended the Monument Park rededication. That was a great event, very touching ceremony. Great work to the Historical Society and Ryan Hobart, everyone who put that on. Historic Commission, I mean. We do have the Safety Committee. We have met with department heads, had our first meeting with department heads, where we had a guest, Scott Smith, who helps a lot of different counties in developing their plan. The goal, of course, is we want our employees to be safe. We want them to go home safely at night, uninjured. And if we have that mindset and we can change our culture, then of course our lower workman's comp rates are gonna follow that eventually. It's gonna be painful for a little while. Next year is set to go up significantly. But we're working hard to get that plan developed and implemented. We will have active shooter training. Deputy Kenny is leading for us. That will be for all county employees. We're gonna split it up into 2 different training sessions. And we'll actually have that event at the Jackson building. I'm waiting on confirmation of those dates. They were kind of looking at December 2nd and 4th. So I will follow up with them because I know we just scheduled this other session for the 2nd.
Are they gonna charge you to use a building, or would you have it?
No, Kenny's, yeah, they've worked it out. There'll be more to come with that. We're trying to establish, what our future content will be, our just ongoing training for people and what those subjects will look like. More to come. emergency management meeting we had last week. This might be what you were referring on a budget amendment, given there's a county hazard mitigation plan where SICOG is giving a grant of $22,500, but the county portion of that is $7,500. So that'll be something that we'll have to talk about going forward. Mitch is doing a great job as getting all of his certifications and training done before his deadline. He's really super close to having that done. There's also the development of a local emergency planning committee that hasn't been a thing, I know, since I started January 2nd. And Mitch is working on that to try to get that rolling, and so we can get more organized in that regard. That's all I got for this purpose.
Okay, I attended the MPO meeting. Again, that's not something that we have a vote on that board. It's mainly to see what they're doing that might impact our county or be aware of grants that we could apply for.
What was the acronym?
MPO, Metropolitan Planning Organization.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it involves all the main counties around Des Moines, and then the outer counties like Madison County, Clark. They are kind of invited, but we don't have a vote on that.
Okay.
So I also attended the monument park rededication. I attended the pipeline webinar, which we'll talk about a little bit more when we get down the agenda. I've been working with Alan Cooney to set up a webinar for the open meetings training. So we have some dates, and I'm waiting for his time, but he gave me.
You mean the class?
The class.
I did too.
Oh, I know, but this is for employees and board members that didn't get a chance, because that booked up so fast. There weren't a lot of slots. So this is just gonna be for our county. They're looking at, I was thinking the 19th, and I'm waiting for him to get back to me on what time, so then we can book it, and then we can send it out to all the employees and board members that wanna attend. And
December?
Of November. Because they have another one that's open to everybody on the 21st for the entire state.
Right.
So we're gonna be competing with everybody on the entire state, and I wanted to make sure all our folks got in. So, the other option was Friday, the 14th, that's not a lot of notice this week. So I'm gonna ask them to give us a slot on the 19th for that. So he hasn't gotten back to me now, but it took a lot of back and forth with the various folks there to set up the special webinar. So I'm hoping we'll get that up for those that need it. I had a phone call with our inspector as well as the engineers. I talked to him a little bit once he sent me the reports. And that is it for me.
I forgot something. Our food banks drastically low in Madison County. So I've been working with all these schools, and we think we're going to pick a Saturday, and we'll just put food in our cars, and we'll drive up to the school. The kids will unload it so they get their cord points, and then we'll fill the food banks. And I'm just working on coordinating it. All 3 schools are in. We just have to pick a time and date.
So I think, Earlham, I think they closed their school food bank, but we do have a food bank in Earlham.
That's what we know that, and so
okay.
your school said that'd be great, the kids can unload it and they can take it in,
Okay.
Interstate's the same, and here we can split them up in the other ones. Mature is very low, that is the county low bank, food bank, but that's based on income, some of them are not. But, I'm trying to coordinate that so that the kids, I hope that'll work, it'd be easy, just drive up and let them take it out.
Yeah, good, thanks for doing that. Okay, so old business, we move that to our meeting next week. And new business, I'll just briefly talk about the pipeline and the amicus brief. Basically what it is that Summit is basically, they have a court case where they basically wanna tell counties what to do. So a private company wants to be able to tell us what to do. The concern that ISAC has, which stands for Iowa State Association of Counties, is that it will set a horrible precedent if that passes. So even though the pipeline currently is not coming through Madison County, if this goes through and allows them to do that, then basically you're gonna have corporations overriding our zoning administrator, our ordinances, everything, and not just for pipelines. So, I have deep concerns about that. So what Isaac has done is, they sent that information to you guys, or I passed it on to you guys, about the pipeline and they wanna do an amicus brief to the Supreme Court of the United States, and they're asking for each county to contribute $500 to that. So because it's gonna cost them about $25,000 to do that to the Supreme Court. So I told them, and they'd like to have answers by November 21st, so we can't decide now anyway, because there's no agenda item on there, action item on there. But I wanted to make you aware of it as to why I put it on here, because, you know, I don't think we should set the precedent of losing local control. Our folks that live here should be deciding what they want here. It
That's
should
why
not be
I
a
put,
corporation that
that's
does
why
it.
I put discuss carbon pipeline. I think we should give $500. It's cheap. It's a terrible thing. If we lose this,
If they're gonna be able to bring in whatever the heck
anything
they want.
So,
So, so this is a lot more than just the CO2 pipeline. This could set a precedent that can affect every single state, as well as every county. So, I'm appreciative that ISAC is stepping up. I just wanted to put it on here to discuss, and I didn't know what you guys wanted to do, so.
I reached out to Shelby County, and that's why I put it on under discuss carbon pipeline. I think it should go on the next meeting. Resolution is paying for,
Okay.
helping them pay for this.
So they need, the deadline is the 21st though, and our next meeting isn't until the 25th.
We're gonna have one on the 18th.
So, yeah, that's,
So.
Okay, you guys, I had to step out to talk to the Secretary of State. When did you set the December meeting?
The
The ninth.
December meeting?
The
Were you gonna
December
talk about
meeting is-
that?
Yeah,
No, yeah, we are, the
December 23rd, did it get moved?
We're not there
we
yet.
are not there.
We're
yet.
not.
Oh, sorry,
well,
That's next.
thanks.
yes, we're not there yet, thank you.
I apologize.
No, that's okay.
I apologize, I just,
We set the others.
So, the 18th right now is a work session. Did we wanna change it to a special session so we can approve a resolution for that?
yeah.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, we need to do that.
Okay, all right. So,
Just so the public knows, you know, these CO2 pipelines, while they do not impact us here today, they very well could. And CO2 pipelines, this is a private gain for private corporations. Private corporations are gonna make money on it, and they're using eminent domain to take people's land to do it. So while it doesn't impact Madison County today, it could tomorrow. So, that's my soapbox, sorry, it's a
it
passion
sounds like,
area for me.
it sounds like the board is in unanimous agreement to have a resolution
Yes.
proposed. to
There
give
have been
$500.
CO2 pipeline ruptures. In 2020, there was Mississippi. It's a very serious thing.
Yeah.
Satoshi, Mississippi, and first responders equipment does not operate.
Cause it
Takes all
doesn't,
the
it takes all the oxygen out of
Yep.
there. So, okay, so I think we have unanimous consent.
So we're gonna have that on 18th.
Thank you.
Agenda.
Thank you.
Okay, so that takes care of 1 and 3. The other one is the Winterset dispatch agreement, and,
Say to table that.
we're gonna table that, so, I will get with the sheriff to find out a little bit more about the other, Earlham, and see where we're at with that, and we'll have something for our next meeting on that.
And you said, when was that new agreement signed on the Winterset?
It was signed, I think it was earlier this year. I think it
Okay.
was in April, but I was thinking 2024, but it was actually this year.
Okay.
So, and I think it's because it was expiring at the end of 25, and that's why we got it on the agenda. So I thought it was just gonna be for a year, but when I looked at it, it was actually for 2 years.
Okay.
So fiscal 28 would be when we would need to renew it. Now, we can certainly talk to the city of Winterset if they wanna pay an extra, because he provided the numbers, that it's actually costing us more to do that than we're over the maximum allowed, but I don't see the city of Winterset approving that. So I think we could just worry about it in fiscal 28. If the board wants to do that, we can talk about it again.
I'd like to find out more and see that agreement,
Yeah,
because.
I'll see if I can find it again. Okay, so now we're at the December meeting schedule.
All right.
So we have December 2nd is gonna be our work session for budget, and if something comes up, we can.
Budget
add it.
amendment.
The budget work session for the budget amendment. Thank you for, And then on the 9th, it's gonna be the actual hearing for the budget amendment. And then, you wanted to start budget planning on the 16th. The
Presentations.
presentations on the 16th. Now, I can always join by phone, depending on where I'm at, but the 16th and 17th is gonna be kind of fluid for me. But I will not be present here.
But you said you could do it on the phone.
I could possibly do it on the phone, it depends on scheduling.
On the 16th, I will be in Des Moines for an event, over the lunch hour, but I could do, you know, from
Could-
8 to 10, I could do from.
What about, we'll just, how about Monday?
That's
the
wide
15th?
open for me.
That's wide
but
open for me too.
Michele, is that,
Let me check with the, department heads, about that, cause we kind of all decided on the 16th, but, so 9 AM, and then Monday's open, the 15th. I figured we
So
wouldn't
the
take people's
16th
time
is
up, we
nine.
would just do this via email.
I'm sorry,
This meeting's got, the
Oh,
budget I thought
okay.
we just do it via email,
via
that's
email,
okay.
just to kind
That's
of
okay.
coordinate.
Is that
it.
all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
well,
Okay.
it helps if somebody does a doodle scheduler and throws some dates out to us, but.
I think though, the 15th, is the 15th work for you, for this first one?
What time?
9, start at 9. She's gonna check with her department heads, but does that work for you? Does that work for you?
The 15th at 9, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you have your first date, that's good, Michele.
Okay.
And then we'll just figure it out. Unfortunately, I won't know more about my schedule till the closer of that date, so I will try to, if I'm not, I'll try to call you.
Okay.
Okay, so, and then December meeting schedule, we had talked about moving the meeting, our normal meeting on the 23rd to the 30th at one of our previous meetings, because that's Christmas week. So what do you guys think about doing that? We still have to approve end of year claims.
I don't care.
That works.
I'll make it all work.
Does that work for you?
That works for me, so
Or the
the
30th?
23rd, we're not having our regular,
Correct.
so,
And then we'll have a meeting that Friday, that same week,
This, yes, because we have to do. it's
the
called
second.
It's the organizational meeting where we pick the
Required to
chair
have a
and-
meeting on the second.
Because we're required under Iowa code, the first day after the New Year holiday, we have to have an organization.
So what time the 30th?
yeah, are we doing normal time, 9:30?
Normal time, 9:30.
Okay. Does that work for everybody?
I think that works for me.
So 9:30, and then what about that scheduling meeting on the 2nd then, what time are you thinking?
9:30.
That's January 2nd though.
January 2nd.
Yeah, that's fine.
9:30, does that work for you? Can you make it work?
Yeah, I can make it work.
Okay. So just to recap, so December 2nd at 9:30. We're gonna get, we threw 15th out there, but Michelle's gonna work with her folks, department heads on that. We're skipping.
And when you
it.
get closer to knowing, like, you're available in the afternoon on the 16th by phone, or the 17th,
Yeah, I'll know more. I probably won't know until after Thanksgiving though.
that's fine.
Okay.
We still can play with that.
So, and then, December 9th is our regular evening meeting. And then, so no December 23rd, but we're having our regular meeting on December 30th at 9:30. Does that sound right to you guys? Does that sound right?
Yes.
Okay, is that recap, all consensus here? Okay. All right, the last one is the ordinance review and update. I know Ryan had I don't know if he's still here. I think-
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, sorry. You moved.
Yeah. Meeting on the 20th of November,
Okay.
with the consultants here, and the zoning commission. So hopefully, the zoning commission's been putting in a few extra minutes in the evenings, reading through that ordinance to give them, the consultants, some updates.
Did he get you his preliminary draft or?
I did just get that, so I can put that out, on the website as well for the subdivision regulations.
Okay, and that's not something you really had a chance to dig into yet?
I haven't, no.
Okay, okay,
Nope.
all right, so we'll good, hopefully we'll have some more updates on the 20th.
Yep.
Any other thing you wanna update us with?
Nope.
Okay, thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yep.
Sorry for the late hour.
Yes, all right, well, it looks like we are done, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Oh,
There are a few more signatures too, just so you
yes,
know. But you can adjourn and,
we
you can adjourn.
Who did the first and the second? You did the first, you did the second? You did the first?
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor, please vote aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, motion carries, we are adjourned, thank you, everybody.